Fellow film fans, what up? It's your boy Tay, and this is Tay Talks Talkies. The 95th Academy Awards went down last night. The 2022 movie season has officially wrapped. Everyone has received their awards, and Everything Everywhere All at Once cleaned up. Absolute domination. Mike Tyson knock him up. It's out in the 90s type of domination, you know what I'm saying? Seven total awards. 3 are for Best Acting, which has only been done by 2 other movies. So 3 total movies now have won 3 Best Actor awards in the same film. And Everything Everywhere All at Once deserved every single award, and perhaps even more. One award I felt like it could have won was Best Costume. I thought Best Costumes, Wakanda Forever, fine, okay, fine. But I really felt like the costumes, the amount of effort, the amount of aesthetic that went into the costumes for Everything Everywhere, I really thought I had a good chance at that one as well. Brendan Fraser got his moment, and it was glorious. Good guys do win. He is somebody that deserves that so much, that praise, these accolades, all the attention. He had a lot of hardship. He went through a lot of crazy stuff through his life, really bad injuries in the set of The Mummy, his wife leaving him getting groped by a producer. He fell into depression, he gained a bunch of weight, and he fell into obscurity. And now he's back, and he won the Oscar for Best Actor. And it couldn't be more glorious. Huy Quan won the Best Supporting Actor award. And I'm glad that he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, even though he was given so much screen time, just as much screen time, really, as Michelle Yeoh. It was nice to see him win an award the same night as Brendan Fraser. 2 guys that co-starred in Encino Man, a freaking Pauly Shore movie, have won Oscars on the same night. So it was really cool to see that, and could have happened to 2 better guys. They both seem like the coolest possible people you could ever imagine. Just really honest, really nice, really humble, and that's how I hope humans strive to be. So they're great role models. It's good to see them up there on that podium. Michelle Yeoh with a surprise victory. I thought Michelle Williams had a good chance, and I thought Cate Blanchett had the best chance. She learned German, she learned how to conduct an orchestra, and she lost to Michelle Yeoh, and honestly, Michelle Yeoh deserves it. She's been in the movie industry for a long time. She's an OG. She's a pioneer as far as Asian women actors, and she got her award, and it's fantastic. Everything Everywhere All at Once, just absolutely a juggernaut of a film. Best Original Song, Naatu Naatu. Saw this from a mile away. There's no other choice. Naatu Naatu is such a masterpiece. That scene is one of the most iconic scenes out of any dance scene ever. And the fact RRR wasn't nominated for Best International is a crime. I can't believe that. That's bullshiz. And I really feel like they should have been nominated for Best International. It's crazy. But glad they took home 1 Oscar at least. Another movie that took home 1 Oscar, Top Gun Maverick, took home Best Sound. I was hoping for the Batman as well, but I was really hoping for Top Gun, and it took home the Oscar for that. So I'm glad Top Gun was recognized with at least 1 award that night. Now, speaking of Best International, All Quiet on the Western Front, the Netflix movie about World War I, was an absolute monster as well. The second largest abundance of awards from last night. All Quiet on the Western Front definitely dominated as well, but not nearly to the degree that Everything Everywhere did. Everything Everywhere won Best Original Screenplay. The Daniels deserve Best Director for sure, or should I say directors. Best Animated Feature for sure was Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, but the fact it wasn't nominated for Best Picture, when it's definitely better than a couple of the films that were, is a testament to the fact that the Academy really needs to keep adjusting how they view animation. Animation is just as legitimate of a storytelling method as live action acting, and of course, voice acting is a one-dimensional form of acting compared to on-the-screen acting, but when you have such a masterpiece like Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and it's real, it's tangible, it's stop motion, this deserved to be nominated. But Guillermo del Toro, he won the Oscar for Best Animated, and he's won Oscars in the past, so I'm sure he's not crying about that. Best Original Score, All Quiet took home. I thought Babylon would win, Justin Hurwitz. I thought for his endeavor in Babylon they'd win, but no, Babylon took home 0 awards. Damien Chazelle, you could tell he kind of designed Babylon to be Oscar bait, and backfired. Didn't win any awards. Something really crazy is Tar and Banshees of Inisherin. Both masterpieces. I especially loved Banshees of Inisherin. They took home 0 combined Oscars, and that's what's janky about the Oscars. It's not a true representation of what the best movies are. When you talk about art, there's little objectivity in art. Of course, you can kind of say, is art good or bad? There is a huge spectrum of that, but really when it comes down to it, it's up for the interpreter. They're the antenna for the art. So it's up to them to interpret, is this good or is this bad? When you have all these people voting, you definitely have people with biases. You have people who are voting for certain reasons that don't even have anything to do with the movie or the narrative itself. So it's not a true representation of who the best movie was. But this year, I do feel like Everything Everywhere deserved all the awards it won and more. And definitely was the best movie of the year. Besides for, in my opinion, Top Gun Maverick. I thought that was just out of this world. But glad Top Gun took home one award. Avatar: The Way of Water, that took home one award as well. I thought potentially could take home 2, the other one being production design, but All Quiet on the Western Front won for that, and deservedly so. But they took home, of course, best special effects. Really, no other movie comes close, especially this year, but really of all time. Avatar, the first one, that won the award for best special effects back then. Now this one has won the award for best special effects now, and obviously so. It's the best CGI we've ever seen rendered, so really special stuff James Cameron's doing. But it's pretty wild that in a year where we had Mark Mylad's The Menu, where we had Robert Eggers' The Northman, these are 2 movies that I thought were easily in my top 10 best movies of the year. It's crazy that they're not even mentioned at all. They have no praise, no nominations, no accolades. So that's why the Oscars are not something that should be taken literally. There's something that should definitely be taken with a grain of salt. It's obviously a huge honor if you're nominated, but the people that weren't, there's plenty of times in history where movies that really should have gotten more attention and more accolades don't. Maybe they're misunderstood. But yeah, other than my interest in who the winners were going to be, I think the Oscars are a bunch of hot air. The terrible jokes. Jimmy Kimmel was terrible. All the commercials you have to sit through. It comes out to being like a 4-hour show. The performances are usually okay. Lady Gaga was great. It's just not the most fun experience watching the Oscars, but I certainly had a blast listening to the acceptance speeches. Jamie Lee Curtis, she kind of surprised me. I thought Carrie Condon for her work in Banshees, I thought she'd win, but Jamie Lee Curtis just really fortifying that Everything Everywhere dominance. And if it wasn't her, I could have seen it being Stephanie Hsu, her co-star. So either way, I really think Everything Everywhere had a pretty good chance to win that award, but I was surprised. But the highlights were Huy Quan winning, Brendan Fraser winning. These 2 guys are comeback stories, and who doesn't love a good comeback story? Who doesn't love when the good guy wins? So that's why those 2 guys were the focus of the whole night, really. And the Daniels, of course, they really cleaned up. But yeah, exciting stuff. It's cool to see the Academy recognizing original and unique movies like Everything Everywhere, because usually in years past, movies like Babylon could have gotten nominated for a lot more because it's just kind of pandering to the types of things that they're used to and expect. Not to say Babylon's bad, it's actually a really good movie, but there's just a lot to be explored in cinema still, and I'm glad to see movies that are really trying to push the boundaries, get recognition, win awards, and other filmmakers hopefully realize, oh, I can win awards by making original stuff. Cool. So yeah, really interesting night. I'm glad I saw those 2 guys win. I'm glad I got to see Everything Everywhere clean up, and it was a great year for movies. And that wraps up 2022. The 95th Academy Awards have concluded. That's all I got for you guys today. Keep tuning in. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Any little thing helps out big time. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep pumping out quality stuff and keep you guys entertained. That's all I got for you today. Tay out.